Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to do our daily uranium technical analysis update. So again, just giving my financial opinion, and we're going to jump right into the charts to see what we've got. Here we go. I'm starting with physical uranium. Again, we're just chopping sideways at the moment, and we're going to see that with a lot of the patterns that we're seeing with the mining companies. So I think we're going to see some more sideways action. And we're looking at this, and what happens is we came on down and we're bouncing. And I think we're still bouncing sideways. We tried to run, but the sellers are still there. So we're basically getting denied the move higher at the moment. So I think we're going to consolidate for a little bit longer, moving sideways. And that looks to be the case on Cameco, moving more kind of sideways action, I think. Same with NextGen. If we were going to move higher, we would have closed strong and moved on higher, meaning that the sellers are exhausted. But I don't think the sellers are exhausted. They came out and they threw down a bearish engulfing pattern, which means I think we're going to see more sideways action. Fission's the same way. I don't see anything different with this pattern. Standard uranium's throwing in a black candlestick. Usually it means it wants to head a little bit lower. But we've got support right underneath here at 23, 24, 25 cents, somewhere in that range. Alaska, again, we sold off a little bit. I don't see the buyers stepping in yet, giving us any signals. Sky Harbor, I think we're going to head a little bit lower, sideways to lower. We do have support right underneath it. Baseload went crazy. It was up like 30-something%. We got a little wick at the top. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Lots of volume. You hit a discovery like it did, and it's looking pretty good. But with the wick at the top, sometimes they like to pull back a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe we continue higher. Volumes are coming in and acquiring it. This is Fission 3.0, an exploration Canadian company. You can see that we're coming to a point, and looks like we're going to break at any point. And there's the points here, right there. And we've got a nice big bullish engulfing pattern right here. So we could head higher at any point, or we could keep going sideways. ISO Energy, nice big update today. And I think we're going to still, I mean, it ended strong. We could go up, but I still think the majority of the sector is moving sideways. So this is probably going to bounce sideways. Same with UEXCF, little black candlestick. Probably more sideways action. Denison Mines, again, sideways action, bearish engulfing, probably a little bit lower. Tomorrow, UU usually get the big up day and the two small down days. Usually that's a continuation pattern to the upside. We'll see if the statistics play out that way. UEC, we're starting to really come down and contract to a point where the buyers are equaling the sellers. So that one's looking better. It could potentially turn at some point soon. URG's got the same exact pattern. It looks like the buyers are equaling the sellers, and all we need is some sort of catalyst to move higher. UROY, little wick at the top. I'm guessing we're still moving sideways, kind of bouncing a little bit more before we move on up. We're getting close, guys. We're getting so close on all these. And I can't give advice, but what I would do, I mean, I would be buying some of these if you guys like the company, whatever company you like. But we are consolidating into points where we could take off at any point and run on higher. It's a pennant formation. And we're starting to see that on a lot of the companies. Some of them, it looks like that we may kind of just zigzag a little bit more before moving on up. Like it just has a little bit longer to go. Same with Paladin. I think we got a little bit longer to go before moving higher. More sideways to down action, like a small down day tomorrow or something like that. Bannerman, we'll see. I mean, some of these, they're throwing these bullish engulfings, which sometimes they head on higher, sometimes they go sideways a little bit longer with the rest of the sector and then move. But this one's looking pretty good. Forces Metals, again, we're just scraping along the support line here. It's like somewhere in there. And, you know, right here is not a bad spot. Goviax Uranium, finding some support here at 28, 27 cents. Bounced off support and came back up, but it's getting closer and closer to a bottoming. And global atomic black candlesticks, I mean, it's usually more sideways. We're grinding it out here through the sellers. This one's got a pattern, a little flag pennant pattern that we've got forming here. We'll have to see which way it breaks. There's the pattern there. You can see that little pennant formation. Usually you enter from the downside, you consolidate, and then break to the upside, usually. And this is forming it too, another pennant formation. They're all forming these pennants, and they could break at any point to the upside, or they may have a little bit longer to go, but we're getting close on all of them. Boss, I still think we got a little bit longer to go sideways before moving on up. Pen MF is the same way. Whenever you get these black candlesticks, usually the next day is a down day. Usually. This one looks like it's trying to go. So this one might be, this is a bullish engulfing. We're moving on higher. This may lead the pack and move on up. And Laramide's doing the same thing. We're basically sitting here, and the buyers are equaling the sellers here. See that? And it's not going down anymore, so it's probably going to go on up. Because we do have a lot of support just below this at 45 cents or so. So your downside's 45 cents, or maybe we head on higher when the whole sector goes and money flows back in. So that's my opinion on basically the entire sector. I think we got a little bit longer to go, but maybe not. Maybe some of these are going to break to the upside and run. So I think we're real close. On some of these, I've already done my purchasing. That's what I've done. And again, that's not advice. That's just what I've done. I purchased a little bit of FISOF, Vision 3.0. And then I'm trying to think if I bought anything else. I might have. I don't remember. Maybe standard uranium. But that's what the charts look like. We're getting close. A week or less, maybe another 4 or 5, maybe 10. A week or two of trading days. That's kind of my guess on a gut feel of when we could potentially finish out this consolidation phase and the sellers are exhausted. But I could be wrong. It could be maybe some couple days. So it's getting closer and closer. But that's what I see. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.